What's up guys, this is Shannon and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast, and today we will answer another question from email. This is from Shi. Hi Sean, I am Shi, currently working as an ID contractor and was previously the consultant involved in the project planning to implementation of a mixed development at Sungai Buloh directly opposite the Kampong Selamat MRT station. I guess you already know which project I'm referring to. Yes, I know. Recently I have a thought of being a real estate agent, as I think the experience I gathered from my past projects can benefit me in a way. However, I noticed that the property market is not as transparent as it should be, and there's a lot of negative impressions towards agents for being dishonest to the purchasers by hiding some ill-flavored facts. And also, I think most of them don't even truly understand what they are trying to sell after attending a few of their talks. To me, buying a property is a huge commitment, and every purchaser should be informed with the right amount of details of the product, including the cons of it, before they make the decision. So my question is there any hidden rules of being a property agent? Like, you are not supposed to disclose any ugly sides of the product which results you to be penalized, or is it just purely part of the ultimate nature in order to achieve a sale? FYI, I am quite an honest person, and I think if I am an agent, I will tell my future customers every single detail of the property, like the surrounding, whether there's any low cost flats or pylon, or the jam you will be facing if you were to travel, or even the small details such as the PowerPoint location, plaster ceiling covering the AC. And lastly, do you think I will survive in this industry if I were to go for this kind of honest approach? I somehow wish that I could bring a positive change to the industry, similar to what you have been doing, trying to achieve with your content by educating the property purchasers. Thank you for reading my email, and I really hope you can achieve your ultimate goal, and a very big thanks to everything you have done. Regards, Shi. So thank you very much for the email. This is a rather common question lately because of the MCO, right? A lot of people start thinking about secondary income. A lot of people start thinking about venturing into different or new dimensions in their career, and I absolutely love it. So a few things to clarify here, right? I think real estate world is not very dishonest. It's just that stories like that are louder, right? When an agent run away with a deposit, or when an agent try to cheat money or whatsoever, right? Those kind of news are louder. But you don't really praise the real estate agent for bringing you the best deal, right? You won't tell the world, oh, this agent are damn good way, damn good, you need to hire him. No one actually does that. No matter how excellent the follow-up process are, the work ethics of a professional agent, unfortunately our culture of asking discounts still exists, right? Hey, can discount or not? Who say 2% one? Who say 1% one? Who say 3%? Hey, discount a bit lah. Next time I give you more houses to sell. I tell my friends, your work ethic very good. No, right? Things like this don't really exist. Besides that very convenient stigma to have on real estate agents, right? Because personally, I personally know a lot of super hardworking agents, and their career are just being impacted by all these rotten apples. There's always good doctors, bad doctors, good agents, bad agents, right? Another thing to talk about is the level of knowledge, right? Sometimes when we think, like when we come from an ID contractor, we always look down on a salesperson, especially if you work in the development office, right? The salesperson don't know what they're saying. Like the aircon point is not like that. The wiring is from the ceiling, not from the floor, okay? But these kind of things, as a salesperson, it's good that you know most of it. But I think you just need to know enough. You don't need to know the entire thing of construction, like what kind of wire, what's the diameter of it. This is a shear wall, not a concrete wall. You gotta get your facts right. It's 105 mm, it's 10 mm thinner than a brick wall, that's why it's good. So besides technical knowledge, what salesperson needs to understand would be to satisfy the need of the customer. Sometimes, a lot of times are spent in understanding the appetite of the customer, whether are they looking for own stay or investment, who actually calls the shot. Sometimes when you see a whole family come, right, it's the mother-in-law that makes the decision, not the husband and wife that talk a lot, right? Actually, who is the paymaster? Maybe it's the father-in-law who's sitting at the balcony there. That kind of things happen to me many times. Also, the ability to filter and to deal with rejections. I think that's the thing where a lot of non-salesperson do not and will not understand. The amount of rejections they need to take, maybe like 20 no's, 10 maybes to 1 yes. And sometimes we all see that yes, right? Wow, he one case commission 3%, 2%. Wow, the commission for 1 month, I make 1 deals or 2 deals enough already. So what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of job scopes within the salesperson or a realtor in this case that a lot of people don't understand. One is the marketing portion of things. Because you'll be in charge of your own ads No one is going to give you the lead. It means you will be in charge of your own business from now on. How are you supposed to advertise? How are you supposed to get customers? How are you supposed to get stocks to sell or rent? So this is the entire world of marketing where you want to hang banner, you want to put on Property Guru, you want to put on Facebook, you want to put on Instagram, you want to do TikTok, whatsoever, right? So now you need to do all that besides serving your customer or finding tenants for your customer. And that's a very, very challenging part for new agents especially, because all this you need money. Like to put your listing up on Property Guru or other property portals, right? You will need money. To wear a suit and tie, sometimes you need to look presentable, you need money. To learn how to run ads, you need money. Or you can learn yourself, but you will still need to make some mistake here and there. Then you need to attend courses, a 3-day course to get certified, to get that license. That also need money. And on top of that, right, on top of the marketing skills, now you need to have the closing skills. What would be the pitch? What would be the sales tactic? And what would be the psychology of converting? So that is also one thing. The other one is then to manage your own self. When you have no boss, no one tells you to clock in at what time, to leave at what time, that means you will be working the entire day. Sometimes we see that, sales staff close one deal, whole month don't need to work, or 1 year don't need to work. But a lot of times people do not see the constant effort of marketing, of prepping, of doing. Just so happen you see the moment they close, because you are either the customer or the owner, right? So if today you want to be an agent, a very crucial question would be like why you want to do. Like you want to change the industry. There are better ways to change the industry than to become an agent. But the main motivation of people becoming an agent would be the freedom of time. They can dictate on what they want to do on that day, but you will need to bear full accountability of whatever you're doing. It means if today you don't do listing, you don't meet more people, in the future you won't have as much stocks or you won't have as much inventory to sell or rent. So it's on you, no one can help you. Or you are not polishing your skills, you're not attending training just because you don't feel like it, your sales result will show. Or you don't want to attend daily meetings by your group. I escape my 9 to 5 work is to attend less meeting, but now I become agent, I need to attend more meetings. Then you will slowly lose that self-drive, that momentum to do sales. So primarily is that freedom of doing whatever you want to do and be fully accountable for it. That's the main reason why a lot of people become agents, in my point of view. The other one would be money. Right? Now you get to dictate how much you make, because the harder you work is almost correlated to how much you will make in the end of the month. Unlike 9 to 5 jobs, no matter how hard I work, I can only pray for a promotion next year, and if I got a new boss, habis, everything will be set. But when you're in sales oriented jobs, then hard work usually will result in better income in the end of the month. Instead of steady incomes month by month, as confident as you know the sun will rise from the east, you know by every 28 your salary will be in your bank account. For estate agents, some months will be zero, some months will be very, very good. Indirectly, that also forms an insecurity to their finances. Although they will have a lot of money in the bank, they will need to save it for marketing, they will need to save it for branding, to hire videographers, to shoot listings or whatsoever. Just because you don't know when's the next deal gonna come, that becomes that uncertainty that not a lot of people are very fond of. They cannot live with the insecurity or not knowing when's the next paycheck gonna come. So that requires certain amount of personal finance knowledge as well. And ultimately, I guess you are referring yourself to sub-sales. Agents are divided into two. One is project sales, one are sub-sales. Project sales means the agency that you are attached to discuss a deal with the developer. Hey, now I represent you in selling this particular project A, and I will be based in the sales gallery now. There will be customers every now and then that comes in or walk into the gallery, and those will be my leads somewhat. But if you are in sub-sale, you are entirely up to you. And that results in you having higher commissions when you manage your own sub-sales. But if you are a project, then you will hit higher volume of transaction. Of course, the commission will be lesser because most of the money will need to be spent on marketing and branding, admin, and etc. And those are the things I think you will need to clarify with yourself. What's the primary reason? Is it really money? There's nothing wrong with chasing money, don't get me wrong, right? Just that you need to manage your expectation, as a lot of people will still think that the other side is just greener. It's just easy for this bunch of agents. You see, all so young, drive BM lah, hold LV bag lah, wear Rolex lah. We work so hard for the entire year, right? And construct the building, and they do nothing about it, and then they can close deal. Because it's just easy to lay all this stigma without knowing what they actually do. And to be very honest, a lot of people drop out. A lot of people try for less than 3 months, 6 months, hey, no deal, you know what, I quit. Because there's no commitment. There's nothing that you're going to lose if you just quit halfway. Therefore, if you really see successful real estate agents, right, what you should admire is not their money earning ability nor their sales talk or whatsoever. It's rather the self-discipline and the accountability to their own being. They get to dictate how they allocate their resources accordingly, right? So today I don't want to work because I work really hard for the rest of the week, or I hit my personal target, so I get to stay in this hotel for a day. Unfortunately, it's just very convenient to just look at them in that bubble. But if you're in hoping to change the industry, there are definitely better ways. Like exactly what I'm doing, right? Like you pointed out as well. Instead, maybe you can consider being a contractor, because contractor also has that similar stigma of being a contractor. Everyone says that yeah, contractor always cheat money lah. It's pretty hard to find a trustworthy contractor. Again, nobody shouts about trustworthy contractors, right? All the people will only shout that they only take money lah, they 掏工赶流 lah, a lot of hanky-panky stuff lah, not responsible lah, say they deliver 3 days ago, but then you keep asking for discount. Yeah, it's just really very tough, and I think that might be a pathway for you as well. So do think about it, right? I hope that whatever I've just mentioned will somewhat open another dimension of understanding for you. And I only understand all this because I was a real estate agent myself 12 years ago. So, and I think that's all for this email. Thank you very much for sending. And for those who have sent me questions but I have not answered, you can actually direct your questions to the Ask Guru segment for Property Guru. They will have different experts there on standby to help you with your questions, because I worry I cannot get to all questions on time, as some might be urgent, right? So, but if you still want me to answer some of your real estate questions, do just send to me at taniherng@gmail.com, or you can just DM me on Instagram, iherng, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.